In this video, we're diving into what insurance college students actually need, how to find affordable coverage, and what most people overlook when heading off to school. What's going on, everyone? My name's Eric Hunsaker, and on this channel, we cut through the fluff to help you protect what matters and make smarter financial choices without the jargon or sales pressure. So if you're in college or helping someone who is, you already know that the bills pile up fast. Tuition, books, housing, food, it adds up quickly. But what a lot of students and families don't realize is that the right insurance can actually save you money, protect your stuff, and give you peace of mind when things go sideways. So let's break it down. All right, let's start with the most expensive and most important type of insurance for most college students: car insurance. Now, if you're under 25, you're in the highest risk group according to insurance companies. That means you're also paying some of the highest premiums. But don't let that scare you off. There are smart, practical ways to bring those costs down without cutting corners on protections. Now, why is it so expensive? Car insurance companies base your premium on how likely they think you are to make a claim. For drivers aged 18 to 22, the odds aren't great. Statistically, young drivers are involved in more accidents. They're also more likely to drive distracted or make risky decisions behind the wheel, simply due to lack of experience. Add in the fact that many students are driving in new environments, different cities, different states, different traffic patterns, and it starts to make sense why premium for college students tend to be higher. But expensive doesn't mean unaffordable. Where to look for affordable rates? Now, some insurance companies really go out of their way to make things easier for students. Like Geico, for example, is known for being budget friendly, especially if you're still on a parent's policy. State Farm is another one to look at, especially if you've got good grades. They offer one of the best student discounts in the industry. Progressive is great if you're going to school far from home and leaving your car behind. They let you pause certain parts of your coverage so you're not paying for protection that you're not using. Auto owners and travelers also have solid reputations for helping young drivers who are buying their own policy for the first time. And of course, if you're part of a military family, then USAA usually has the lowest rates across the board. Discounts that actually make a difference. One of the best things about being a student is that there are real discounts, just for keeping your GPA up. Most companies offer a good student discount if you have at least a 3.0 or B average. Depending on the provider, that can shave anywhere from 5 to 25% off your premium. There are also discounts if you're going to school more than 100 miles from home and don't take your car with you. Some insurers will even lower your rate if you volunteer regularly or belong to specific campus organizations like honor societies, ROTC, or academic fraternities. And then there's usage-based insurance. This is when the company tracks your driving through an app or a device. If you're not driving much, or if you're a super cautious driver, this could help lower your premium. Just keep in mind that if you slam on the brakes or speed a lot, it could also raise your rate. Should you stay on a parent's policy? This is one of the most common questions. And honestly, if it's an option, staying on your parent's plan is usually cheaper. The thing is, car insurance tends to be more affordable when you're part of a multi-driver policy. Insurers like to see families bundled together because they assume there's a shared sense of responsibility. You can typically stay on their plan if you still use their address as your legal residence and the car is in your name. This setup works well for students who come home on weekends or holidays and only drive occasionally. But if you've moved out, have your own place, or the car is in your name, you'll probably need to get your own policy. And if you're going to school in another state, that could trigger new rules too. Different states have different minimum coverage requirements, so it's always a good idea to check with your provider before making any assumptions. Practical ways to cut costs. Now, let's say that you do need your own policy. That doesn't mean that you're doomed to pay sky-high rates. One simple option: if you have an older car that's paid off, consider dropping collision and comprehensive coverage. It sounds scary, but if the car's only worth a few grand, the cost of extra coverage might not be worth it. Also, bundling your car insurance with renter's insurance can lead to a pretty noticeable discount. And if you're not driving much during the semester, you could ask about switching to a pay-per-mile insurance. Companies like Allstate offer this through programs like MileWise. And here's one more tip. Even if you're not ready to buy yet, just take a few minutes to complete our car insurance survey. We've put together one that's super quick and it helps you compare prices from different companies based on your situation. If you want to get started with that, we've got a link for you down in the description and it'll bring you to this super simple survey right here. All you need to do is type in your zip code, how many cars will be on the policy, your age range, if you're currently insured, if you own your home, if you own a Kia or Hyundai, and if a member or yourself has served in the US military. Again, link will be down in the description below. So whether you're staying on your parents' policy or looking to go solo, this is one of the easiest ways to get a sense of what you might pay and where the best deals are. Now, if you want to get a better idea of your options and maybe save some money, then check out that car insurance survey. Next up is renter's insurance. So if you're living off campus in an apartment or house, then this is one of the smartest buys you can make. Renter's insurance covers more than people think. Most students assume it's just for protecting your stuff, but it also helps with liability. Like if someone gets hurt at your place or if you accidentally cause damage to someone else's property. Think about everything you bring to college. Your laptop, phone, gaming console, clothes, textbooks, maybe even a bike. Now imagine replacing all of that stuff out of pocket. A typical renter's insurance policy costs less than $15 a month, and it can easily cost over $10,000 or more in personal belongings. If your apartment floods or someone breaks in, renter's insurance steps in. If your place catches fire and you need a hotel, renter's insurance helps with that too. It's one of the best safety nets that you can have, especially when you're juggling classes, part-time jobs, and already stretched finances. Also, if you bundle renters and car insurance with the same company, there's a good chance you'll get a discount on both. This is where Lemonade Insurance can come in handy. They offer renters insurance that's affordable, easy to set up, and built with students in mind. If you want to get started with Lemonade Insurance, we've got a link for you down in the description below. Health insurance. Don't skip this one. This one can feel confusing, but it's important. Even if you're young and healthy, things can happen. A bad flu, a sprained ankle, or even just a regular checkup. Without insurance, all of that can get real expensive real fast. Here are your main options as a student. First, you might be able to stay on your parents' plan until you turn 26. Now, this is often the easiest and most cost-effective way to stay covered, especially if you're still listed as a dependent on their taxes. If that's not an option, most colleges offer a student health plan. These plans are designed to be affordable and usually include access to the campus health center. They can be a great deal, especially if you don't qualify for coverage through your family. You can also look into the marketplace through healthcare.gov. Depending on your income and state, you might qualify for subsidies that reduce your monthly premium. If your income's very low, you may even qualify for Medicaid or CHIP, which are free or low-cost programs. The key thing here is not to assume you're covered. A lot of students get surprised by medical bills they didn't expect. A little planning up front can help you avoid a big mess later. Life insurance. Quick note. Now this won't apply to everyone, but if you're in college and you have dependents, or if someone co-signed your private student loans, it might be worth looking into a term life insurance policy. Now it's not super common, but locking in a cheap rate while you're young and healthy can be a smart long-term move. Just know that this one isn't a priority unless there are real financial obligations tied to you. What to do next? So college is a time when you're juggling classes, new friends, and maybe a part-time job. The last thing you want is to deal with a stolen laptop, a totaled car, or a surprise medical bill with zero coverage. Here's a quick checklist to help you sort things out. Car insurance. Ask your parents if you're covered. If not, get quotes, look at student discounts, and use our car insurance survey to compare options. Renter insurance. If you live off campus, get it. It's cheap and bundling saves money. We recommend Lemonade for this. Health insurance. Confirm your coverage through your parents, your school, or a marketplace plan. Keep documents ready. Grades, student ID, lease agreements. You might need them to claim discounts. And most importantly, ask questions. Call your insurance company. Talk to a rep. Use your school's financial aid office. The worst thing you can do is assume that you're covered when you're not. If you want to see which insurance option is best for your situation, we'll leave our affiliate links down below to the surveys that you can take and other things that we recommend. Now these are affiliate links, which mean we earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And your support through these links helps keep our channel going and allows us to keep creating free content. So we really appreciate it if you decide to use them. But other than that, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. Here on Insurance Wise, we're all about informing you about the best insurance options and getting you the best rates. So be sure to subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here in the next video.